Hey, super cool alumni friends. It's Troy, the alumni guy at North Hennepin Community College, and joining me today, an alum from 2004, Lyna Nyamwaya, who was also 2019's Distinguished Alumni of the Year. Lyna, welcome.
Thank you, Troy, for having me. It's my pleasure.
And we've had such a great conversation, but we started kind of in the nostalgia arena. So share a favorite memory of NHCC with us.
All right. So I went through NHCC as a non-traditional student, and that kind of was a very rough time of trying to focus on getting the classes to pass so I can go to work. So my memories really would be the friendships that I built going through school. So the people that I went through the program with, that would be my memory. And also another memory I would mention is Phi Theta Kappa. I was very bright, so I was inducted into that program, and I believe it's an honors club where you are there by merit of academics. So I was very proud of that achievement as well.
Oh, wonderful. And I should mention to our audience, you were unable to join us by video today, but you're joining us very graciously by phone. Lyna is an incredibly busy lady. And you mentioned, you're a nurse right now. That's your primary job, but you also have a consulting business you mentioned.
Yes, and I started out as a nurse, and this I give credit obviously to North Hennepin Community College, where I graduated with my associate in nursing in 2004. I am currently the CEO of Bold Impact Group. It's a consulting firm that deals with diversity and inclusion using a cultural humility lens.
Okay, wonderful. And when did that business start?
2018.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Busy lady, and you've got two beautiful children, and I know your husband, and you are awfully active in the community.
Yes, thank you. And we thank God for all those opportunities to be able to serve. I would be remiss if I didn't credit my critical thinking skills from nursing that I learned at the college. And of course, accommodating diversity, which is big at North Hennepin. I believe it's over 45% diverse population in the student body. And I don't think it's changed much since I was there. But I wanted to say that with the cultural humility opportunities and diversity work that I do, I've been able to speak at different campuses to educators, to leaders on how we can improve retention and build relationships through the work that we do of better listening, empathy, and of course, being open to learning.
Wonderful. And also, you shared with me an influential person at NHCC.
Yes, I told Troy, and you would laugh at this, but we shared, and I told you, we were going through school, we were kind of numb and robotic, like you just want to finish. But coming back to North Hennepin and building relationships, I met Dale through LinkedIn, who happens to be the director and of the board right now, the president. And I think I would term him as one of the most influential, not because of his position, but because of reaching out and bridging the gap between alumni and the college as is.
Absolutely, yeah. Dale Faegre, our executive director of the foundation, and he is a master networker for certain. That's wonderful.
He does a great job. Yes.
Yes. And we were talking about life is full of choices, and how has NHCC impacted some of the choices in your life?
I would say that every decision I make really is through my nursing training of leadership, whether it is management of people, of team playing, or critical thinking, or handling emergencies, which you know very well we are dealing with a pandemic right now. So I think that preparation helped me to face life with grace, if I can use that term. Like nothing phases you. Once you've been through the North Hennepin nursing program, you can handle anything. You take the world by the horns.
Absolutely. And I'm reminded, Lyna, you were our featured speaker at Bold Leadership 2 years ago now, and what a phenomenal address you gave, riveted the audience, and you were inspiring.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the pandemic, and I know that's something you're facing a lot in your job right now. What have some of the challenges or obstacles been there?
I think that as nurses, we are trained to handle pandemics, endemics, all of that. Every day we deal with complicated diseases. What makes this different, though, is the global fear and the global extent of the attack. So I don't think that we are threatened by that, but more than we are threatened about the disruption that it caused, whether it's adjusting to teach our children from, with distance learning, and I have young learners at my house. And then, of course, my husband happens to be a frontliner as well. So that has been a little bit challenging to adjust. But again, every challenge comes with a requirement for transition. So you pray and you work at it, and you just give yourself, the grace to adjust as you go. So adapting as you go.
Yeah. It's interesting. You say the word grace a couple of times now, and that's a favorite word of Dale's as well. And I have come to really appreciate the word as well. I think it's really sage advice always. And I think it's fun that both of you use it regularly in your conversations. Yeah.
Great minds think alike. Hello, Dale.
He's going to love that. He actually had shared with me that he's excited about this interview. So, Ms. Lyna, yes. So another question we've asked our incredible alumni during this time, right, is all of us are working remotely. I am as well. And any tips that you have for remote work?
Yes, I think I would say that, again, as we go through these changes, because to some people it's the norm, to some of us it wasn't. We just have to learn and adjust. I had taken a new gig with St. Catherine University. I was teaching, and suddenly I had to do it online. I had to learn that. I think what helped me is letting the students know as they were feeling confused and with changes and learning to adjust, I was going through the same exact thing. So learning to be vulnerable and sharing that grace again as you go through the process. So being open to learning, being open to forgiving others, allowing people that whatever that you would want allowed to you so that you can be successful.
Great. Well, wonderful tidbits here that you've given us, Lyna, and the audience, our alums. We have over 500 alums now on Facebook, and this has been exciting for me, and I know they're going to be excited to hear these words. So in closing, any words of encouragement or additional words of affirmation? You've given us so much today.
I think that I would like to say that everybody who knows me knows that I do believe in God first. So 2020 is not a surprise to him. It was just how it was exactly intended to be. I think the call is upon us to see how best can we thrive and survive in this time such as this. So I like to take it to maybe apply cultural humility. And those who may not be familiar with that is really normalizing not knowing. It's okay to ask questions so that you can learn. And then listening with empathy, because you recognize that Corona is more powerful than the rest of us right now. But then how can we leverage that to learn more about the disease and serve better in our communities? And then being open to learning as a lifelong process. It's a continuous process. We don't have all the answers, but we will figure it out as we go. And sometimes we may never, but again, extending that grace to yourself and others as you go through the transition of life and learning. So being open to learning, being open to listening with empathy, and just learning to be a better person in in every person that you touch, to be able to leave them feeling supported, listened to, heard, and of course, seen.
Lyna, wonderful. Always a joy to talk to you. Always just enlightening and wonderful, and I just appreciate so much that you've joined us. Now, I know you're joining us by phone. It's our ceremony, though, to salute you. So I have my Alumni North Hennepin Cup here. So I salute you, Lyna Nyamwaya, for an excellent interview. My love to your family, and gosh, I hope we get to do this again real soon.
Thank you, Troy, for everything you do, and thank you for putting this together, and thank you for leading us. And of course, you and I have served on the Leadership Council, so I don't take that for granted, that I continue to wish you blessings and grace in your work. And let's do this again. I want to do it on video, so let's look forward to that sometime.
Absolutely. We'll figure out the video next time.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.